property information, you can always speak to our trusted advisor from ERA to find out more about the information from tonight's presentations. But nevertheless, investment is a very personal thing. Okay, it depends on your investment objective. Each information and insights is prepared carefully by our research team in ERA Research and Consultancy Department. So as much as we want to present to you accurately all the facts and information, anything can happen overnight, all right? Especially when there's external factor that is beyond our control. So as property investment is never a saving account when it's not liquid, so invest at your own risk. Okay, so with that, I would like to recap what have gone through in 2020 by going through some of the information that I presented to consumer over last year consumer seminars, right? Now, some of you here has possibly sat through some of the seminars that I presented to the previous projects. And I would like to recap 3 points that was brought up during last year consumer seminars that unfold in the property market. So on the 24th of March, I gave a presentation at Copa at Newton on 3 strategies for savvy property investor. So that was before the outbreak of just at the beginning of the outbreak of COVID-19 and also the sharp drop in the global stock market. And then after the COVID-19 circuit breaker period, and that's in October, 10 October, I also give a talk in our property weekend seminars on locations, event, and pricing on 3-time proven strategy to hit jackpot in all market situations. Isn't that the kind of information that you need? Well, let me recap what are the things that I spoke about. Number 1 is, will low interest rate affect property market? So during the seminars, I have a prediction. I talk about falling interest rate will boost price and sales volume. So as you can see from the sharp fall in the Singapore SIBOR rates, which represents the mortgage interest rates, and the benchmark SIBOR have actually dropped quite a lot, okay, during the outbreak of the COVID-19. And from past experience, we realized that every crisis when there is a falling sharp drop in interest rate, the property prices and sales volume actually increase. And the fact is this, it is true. You know, after the 2020, we have discovered the fact is that low interest rate environment actually boosts property price and sales volume. Okay, then there's another things that we would like to recap is the transaction volume rise after crisis. Right, that predictions was done during last year's seminar also, is that transaction volume will recover sharply after crisis. And this is apparent, especially during the last crisis like SARS and also US-Iraq war. And we find that the new home sales transactions actually grow as much as 3 to 4 times after each crisis. Okay, and besides SARS and US-Iraq war, there's also the global financial crisis and H1N1 crisis. So price rise, last year because of low interest rate environment. The other thing is that transaction volume also recover, and this is a fact. And so the transaction volume actually rebounded strongly after circuit breaker. So as you can see from the number of transactions that is presented in this table here on my left, the number of transactions that is after circuit breaker actually rebounded 75%. Of course, during circuit breaker, because of the uncertainty of the restriction posed by circuit breaker, transactions volume has dropped as much as 32% in March and April last year. But as you can see, every single month after the circuit breaker period, transaction volume has been increasing, which means the demand, the underlying demand is still very, very, very strong for condominiums purchase in Singapore. Okay, the third facts that I would like to recap last year is that, the question was asked, will property price rise after the crisis? So we recap that in the past crises such as SARS and global financial crisis, all the new launches that is bought during that crisis time actually rebounded very strongly. So the fact is property price continue to trend upwards after circuit breaker, even before COVID crisis is over. Don't you agree now? Is the COVID-19 crisis over right now? I think all of us will know that it's not over yet. Okay, the vaccine is still rolling out. The crisis is still, the crisis situation is still very liquid, and you and me will not know when it will be the day that we will stop wearing masks, all right, and possibly do a live circuit breaker with you guys. But right now it's webinar. So, but if you look at the property price, don't talk about what about COVID crisis. Right now it's in the midst of COVID crisis. If you look at on the right side of the slides here, it shows you that in the past, in the past 10 quarters, after third quarter 2018, which was the introduction of the latest cooling measure. Do you remember that? In that third quarter 2018, in July 2018, there was cooling measures that is introduced by the government. So that quarter itself, all the way till now, is actually for the past 10 quarters already, since the cooling measure. And out of the 10 quarters, seven quarters is in positive territory, positive growth. And quarter 4 2020, which is last quarter, experienced the highest price growth. Believe it or not, that is, COVID crisis is over. COVID crisis is not over, but it experienced the highest price growth ever since cooling measure was introduced third quarter 2018. And if up quarter is, in this case, there are 8 quarters, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 quarter, all right, that is on the uptrend, and only 3 quarters that is on the low, which means the property price is definitely in the uptrend still. So Singapore property market is still in that upward trend. Okay, so with that, I would like to start to talk about Midtown Modern this evening. Okay, so much about the property market recap. So Midtown Modern is the project that we are talking, and I will touch on the 3 P's of Midtown Modern. First P is pricing. Then I'll talk about place, and I'll also talk about project. Let's talk about pricing analysis. In all kind of investments, your entry price is important, because the right entry price will determine your future exit profit or loss. So let's take a look at the pricing analysis of Midtown Modern, which is situated in CCR and District 7. CCR means Core Central Region, which is one of the region of 3 regions in Singapore. So Core Central Region is where all the prime properties and luxury properties are treated. All right, and in Core Central Region, there's quite a number of districts, and District 7 is one of them. So I'd like to show you the CCR growth over the last 5, 10, and 15 years. So if you take a look at the 15 years growth of CCR, that price range is in the uptrend, and it has grown as much as 158% in terms of per square foot, all right, PSF. And over the last 10 years, CCR have also enjoyed a growth of 22.69%, and over the last 5 years, it's 13.42%. And if I were to look at, if I were to go down and look at District 7, okay, actually District 7 outperformed CCR. It is one of the CCR district, and among all the CCR district, District 7 actually outperformed the average CCR prices. So District 7 15 years growth is 346%. And for the last 10 years, it's 40%. The last 5 years is 11%. So if I were to share with you, do you know that District 7 is the second highest price growth district in CCR over the last 20 years? Interesting facts, isn't it? So if you take a look at all the districts here, these are all the CCR districts. So actually District 7 is the second highest growth district over the last 20 years in CCR. And guess what? Over the last 10 years, do you know that District 7 is the highest price growth district in CCR over the last 10 years? So if you are a property investor and your concern is on capital gain, would you like to be in a district with the highest price growth, or would you like to be in a district in a negative price growth? You decide. So the recent new launches at District 7 is like Midtown Bay and the M. So if you have been hunting around for properties in Singapore, you're probably quite familiar with Midtown Bay and the M, isn't it? You probably have also attended the consumer seminars and went to the show fair and you have not decided buying yet. Okay, and you missed that last round in the M and Midtown Bay. Well, let me tell you that the price have actually gone up since the last launch and you missed the boat. Okay, Midtown Bay was launched in October 2019 and actually the per square foot launch price have gone up from $3,000 PSF to $3,002 PSF. So in that case, we are talking about a growth of about 8.9%. And for the M, there is a per square foot price of 2004 at launch in February 2020, and in December 2020, the price has gone up to 2006, which means there's a price growth of 7%, 7.58%. So if I take a look at the current price level, okay, I'm looking at December 2020, there is a price premium in terms of, Midtown Bay and the M. It's as much as 659 PSF, almost $660 PSF per square foot. So if it's a 1,000 square feet unit, that represents $600 PSF. Quite significant, isn't it? All right. So why is there a price premium for Midtown Bay? And ladies and gentlemen, the reason is because of Guoco Midtown. Because Guoco Midtown is the integrated development, is the city of the future. So that is one of the reasons why it has elevated the growth of the launch prices of Midtown Bay. So the Guoco Midtown is a game changer in Beach Road. So having said that, we know that this Guoco Midtown is not a small development. It's a big integrated development. Okay, it has a built area of 950,600, almost 1 million square feet mixed-use development. And for such a big development, it will certainly have some influence, if not a lot of influence, for Beach Road District. So rejuvenization of the Beach Road District will be caused by this game changer. Okay, that is Guoco Midtown. So why? Because in this integrated development, it is a new lifestyle hub. It is designed to be a place that is for work and for live and for entertainment. So the development itself in Midtown, it's built around the future lifestyle of people. Besides residential, there is also the commercial, there is also the retail, the office, public space, beautiful landscapes. Seriously, this is one of its kind. And Midtown Modern is an addition to the integrated development of Guoco Midtown. So earlier on, I showed you the slides. It shows here Midtown Bay is 219 units of condominium units. So Midtown Modern is an addition, which means another condo inside this integrated development, Guoco Midtown. It has 558 units. And in Midtown Modern, the whole integrated development, there is a 30-story commercial buildings with 770,000 grade A office space. And for that, there's 3 retail cluster and also 2 condominiums. There is more than 700 units and 5-story business and social networking club. So these are the luxury residences of Guoco Midtown. So Midtown Bay, which is already launched, is 219 units, and the upcoming launch is Midtown Modern, 558 units. So later on, I'll zoom into that projects itself to explain to you what's the big deal in Midtown Modern. Okay, integrated development. How do you define integrated developments? Integrated developments are actually commercial residential developments, which means there's commercial plus residential that are integrated with transport notch like MRT station. So as you can see from this picture here, there is commercial, there is residential, and there is also MRT station. Okay, this is a integrated development. So this looks like the dual residences, and which is just opposite Midtown Modern and Midtown Bay. So if we take a look at the other example of luxury homes in integrated development, there are places like Warwick Residence and also Southbridge Residences. These are some of the example of similar kind of product, which is luxury home in integrated development. So it's one of its kind. That is not the ordinary condominiums that we are talking about. We're talking about luxury condominiums in integrated development. So this will give you a better picture. These infographics will let you understand more what is integrated development. There is a mixed-use development, which means there's commercial, like office, like hotel, together with the residential. Okay, so that is mixed-use development. Plus, either or and MRT or non-aircon bus interchange. So in this case, it's about MRT and mixed-use development for Midtown Modern. So if we take a look at the whole of Singapore, there is limited numbers of homes in integrated developments. Of course, there are in the different region, like core central region, rest of the core region, and also outside core region. So among all of them, only 2.1% of all private homes in Singapore. It means number of units. So we don't take number of development. We take all the units add up together in Singapore homes. It represents 2.1% of homes is in that integrated development. So the rest of the almost 98% are not integrated development. So as you can see, there is limited supply of homes in integrated development. So the one that is highlighted here, okay, that I show you on this table, these are the luxury home that is in the integrated developments, even lesser. So seriously, there is very limited numbers of homes in integrated development plus. We talk about luxury home in integrated development, even lesser. Okay, so luxury home in integrated developments, from our research, we find that the interest of top celebrities and tycoon is that. Okay, if you take a look at this press cut from, Business Time, Dyson have bought and sold Warwick Residences, and at the same time, there is buyer that bought from Dyson his penthouse for 62 million. So with this kind of ultra luxury property prices, you have a seller, you also have a buyer. So it's very interesting to see that the tycoon likes to buy luxury property integrated development. So we look at it, Orchard Residences. Jackie Chan is also one of the owner of Orchard Residences. And Orchard Residences is also in luxury home integrated development. Okay, let's move on to the allure of integrated development. So why do tycoons and top celebrities love integrated developments? And also investors are buying integrated development, of course, for its convenience, also for the comfort, because there are improved transport connections, there's connectivity, there's convenience, there's vibrancy, and there's strong demands, and definitely boost property price over the mid to long term. So integrated developments, of course, there is a catch here, is that you pay for the price for such a value, which means there is a price premium for integrated development. So to buy something is good, you have to pay slightly more. Don't you agree? So integrated development comes with price value. And if you take a look at the CCRL luxury home in integrated development, based on the report from Business Time on 17 October 2018, says that there is a premium of 10% to 13%, all right, for places like Warwick Residence and also Orchard Residences. All right, I'm not looking at Park Place, I'm not looking at North Park, I'm looking at the CCRL integrated development. It's between 10 to 13% premium. So if I reflect that to the recent launch, which is the M, this development is a non-integrated new launch at District 7. So over here, the average price is about 2006. PSF, and maximum price achieved is slightly above $3,000 PSF. So with price premium, actually the average price for new homes at District 7 should start from about $3,000 PSF for any luxury homes at District 7 that is situated in the integrated development. Okay, let's take a look at the upcoming integrated new launch, which is Midtown Modern. And I understand from the leadership team of Midtown Modern, it says that the start price is from 24XX PSF, means 2004 plus PSF. That's the start price. And moving up to the average price of about 2000XXX, which is still going at a price tag that is without premium. Okay, I say again, there is actually premium compared to new launches that is situated in non-integrated development. It should have a premium, but in this case, Midtown Modern looks like going at the new launch rates of without premium. Okay, so if I take a look at comparable nearby luxury properties by PSF, if I take a look at the Guoco Midtown Modern, that is indicative average PSF of 2008. We compare with the rest of the luxury properties nearby that is sitting on integrated developments. Okay, it's 3002 for Eden Residences Capital. Warwick Residences are now 3002 PSF average. Marina One is 2003 PSF. And Southbridge Residences is 3002 PSF. And Guoco Midtown Bay Residences is 2009. So if we take that queue in District 7, what do you observe? You see that Guoco Midtown Modern, it's going at a very attractive price of averaging 2008 PSF. And we take a look at the quantum. The comparable nearby luxury home in integrated development quantums is certainly so attractive. Okay, for Guoco Midtown Modern, which is the star here, okay, you can take a look at the preview on the the preview that is on that. Currently, you are probably shown all these. One bedroom is 1.1XX million. All right, the two bedroom is 1.4XX million, three bedroom 2.2XX million. And if I take these to compare with the other luxury condominiums that is in the integrated developments, for one bedder, some of them don't have one bedder, and it's already sold out for Warwick. Marina One Residences is going at 1.5. Okay, even though the per square foot is lower, but the quantum is high. And Southbridge Residences don't have. Guoco Midtown Bay 1.4, and Concourse Skyline 2.338. So what do you observe here? It's one of the lowest, right, in terms of quantum. So it's affordable rates, it's affordable price. We're talking about price analysis. It's one of the most affordable, okay, in a luxury home in integrated development. So let's take a look at it on the table here. We put it on comparison. Investor choice, one bedroom. Okay, Midtown Modern is 1.1XX. So if I take it to the other extreme, which is like Concourse Skyline, there's 2.3. So the average savings for one bedroom is up to 1.2 million. Can you believe it? Well, if you take a look at the current renter going rates for that one bedroom, okay, even though if you are paying about more than 2 million, it doesn't mean your rental will be double for one bedroom, okay? And the fact is the rental could be even more for integrated development condos like Midtown Modern. So we estimate it per month is about 3,007. So that possibly give you an estimated gross rental yield of 4%. It's very attractive for investor if you want to buy and rent out your one bedroom. And for those who want to buy and rent out your two bedroom, at 1.4XX quantum, compared to Southbridge Residences, which is also a two-bedder of 3.4, okay, the estimated savings can be up to 2 million. And if you're buying solely for renter, okay, it's really attractive and affordable for investor. Okay, next that I would like to show you about land, about pricing is to look at the land cost of Midtown Modern. You know, land cost at Midtown Modern was 1,535 per square foot per prop ratio. This was the government land sale site, okay, back then in September 2019. And this site has the top bid of 800 million. Of course, ROCHOR Land and subsidiary of Hong Leong Holdings got successfully bid this. That's why the developer is launching this product now called Midtown Modern. So their land cost is 1,535. So relative to other CCRA land costs, Midtown Modern has one of the lowest land costs among that upcoming project in CCRA. So what's the catch here? So if you are anchoring into Midtown Modern, okay, let me tell you this. Launch price for future development will not be lower than Midtown Modern because the land costs are higher. For the rest of the development, take a look at this. All right, the rest is higher land cost, and the developer afford to sell you lower than Midtown Modern launch price. Okay, you think about it. All right, so in that sense, I have finished the pricing analysis. All right, so I will move on to the second pointers that I have for you for this evening is called location analysis. As we all know, location is so important for property investment, isn't it? And for homeowner, it's also very important. If you anchor yourself in the right location, you are positioning yourself in a place of future benefits, which means future growth. Okay, let's study the locations here. This location is filled with a lot of commercial growth. Okay, it is a place to work, so it's commercial. So there is a lot of commercial area growth effects. And this area is called the OPHIR-ROCHOR corridor. You know, who give this name is URA. So the URA have a lot of growth area, and this growth area is in part of that CCRA plan. And in fact, it is slated to be that second CBD in that central business district in Singapore. So there are more commercial and mixed-use space coming up, and some of them you probably have read all this. It's Rochor Center. Rochor Center, if you still recall, is that colorful HDB flats. I had Rochor Center demolitions that started a few years ago, and that makes way for more mixed-use developments that's coming up in the future. And if you also recall, there is the Shaw Towers, which will also undergoing makeover. So what's coming out in the place, very exciting new development, new commercial development that's coming out, right? So it actually changed the landscape in this sleepy town that is in Rochor. And if you still recall, there's a lot of crane and there's a lot of diversion of road because there is a lot of rejuvenization in this growth area, and it's still growing. That means it's still constructing, and you still see diversion of road. You still see cranes and buildings that is undergoing restoration and rejuvenizations. And this gives you some. This picture shows you the Golden Mile complex to be conserved and exciting Shaw Towers that's coming out. This is how the new Shaw Towers that look like. Yeah, modern, isn't it? So which means this will add value to this location. And this massive transformations is something so important for me to show you. Okay, let me tell you firstly, based on the color first. Okay, the dark blue color, take a look at this dark blue. These are all the commercial developments that is already completed. So dual residences already completed in 2016. Raffles Hospital revamp completed in 2019. Suntec City revamp completed in 2015. South Bridge completed in 2015. And Raffles Hotel revamp completed in 2019. Okay, so all these already done. Now they all look very new. Okay, next is the red color. The red color is the one that is going to complete in the near future, as quickly as 2 to 3 years or even 4 years. Okay, let's take a look at 2022. So Guoco Midtown, this whole community in Guoco Midtown is estimated completion is 2022. That looks like next year. So if you've been to that site, you see that building is halfway, right? And you also see a lot of cranes, right? So that's where estimated completion is next year. And 2023, that's where the Shaw Tower revamp. So right now you see there is also doing that construction, estimated 2 years time, 2023. And 2024 is Midtown Modern site, which is the Tan Quee Lan site. There is estimated completion 2024. And the M is also estimated completion 2024. Okay, another completion, the estimated completion 2024 is Waterloo and Mingyang Apartments, which is it is slated for hotel development. So there is so many transformations that's coming your way. I haven't ended yet. There's still sites like Rochor Center, and you know Bugis Street and Bugis Village will also be revamped by CapitaLand. Okay, who has also taken over that Bugis Junction and Bugis Street and Bugis Village. So it's going to add in a lot of new things in this growth area. And growth area is defined as a place of growth by URA. So OPHIR-ROCHOR corridor is a growth area. It will undergo all this form of urban rejuvenization, that means renewal. And Midtown Modern is adjacent to OPHIR-ROCHOR corridor. So you see this bean-shaped thing. So this is the OPHIR-ROCHOR corridor. And Midtown Modern is at the adjacent of this corridor. And there is the concept is open courtyard and plazas and makes use of a high and low rise development, okay, with park-like setting. It means a lot of greeneries. Later on, I'll go into the detail. Okay, but let's take a look at the OPHIR-ROCHOR corridor. What are the empty plots of land that's waiting for development? So these are that empty plots. So firstly is this stretch here, the purple line, which is the north-south corridor, to bring forth better connectivity. So north-south corridor is the new expressways that's coming out from the north all the way to the south CBD. Okay, you will pass by Rochor or OPHIR-ROCHOR corridor. Ex-Rochor centers here, there you are. This is the site to be developed into a commercial and residential use. So estimated 2026, so earlier on I never show you, it's 2026. There's another empty plot of land that is for commercial development, which is opposite Midtown Modern over here. There's also an empty plot of land to be redeveloped, okay, which is the reserve site for future redevelopment. This one is opposite this whole stretch here, okay, opposite Gateway and also the plaza. All right, there's quite a lot of empty plot of lands here, and they are all future development. Offshore Towers revamp is here. So if you take a look at another version here, you can see the north-south corridor actually cuts, okay, right smack at the Midtown Modern. And the dark blue color shows you all the commercial sites, Suntec, Midtown Bay, and Gateway, the Park View. And then there's the open car park, which is also a site for redevelopment. Okay, Old Rochor Center, empty plot of land. And you know, this color here, which is the pink color, actually are the residential with commercial sites. There's quite a lot of empty plots here that is slated also for future development. And the green color here, okay, which is all the reserve site that is also slated for future development. See, it is surrounded with so many massive future development, which means the future is bright, because all this development is catalyst of growth for future capital gain. Okay, added to that, it is situated in between the Kampong Bugis and the Civil District, which is also growth area. So it's like everywhere growth area. So looks like there is so much catalyst for growth. Okay, let me go to the next slides, which is, so definitely will the commercial and mixed use development affect nearby private homes? Okay, let's give you some case study here. Okay, you know, recently there was Guoco Tower. This is not Guoco Midtown. Guoco Tower is situated at District 2, okay, which is at the Anson Road area, Tanjong Pagar area. Okay, for those who are familiar, it's just opposite International Plaza. There is this tall building called the Guoco Tower. All right, this city skyscraper actually is filled with grade A office space, quite similar to Guoco Midtown, isn't it? So this is 890 square feet grade A office, and it's open in 2016. There are hotels, there are residences, there's retail space. Now, what happened then is that when Guoco Tower was open, the surrounding condominiums that is near Guoco Tower actually enjoy the opening effects of Guoco Tower. You know what? We take these studies, we put in all these properties. You know, these are all the properties that are near to Guoco Tower in Tanjong Pagar. There's Altas, there's Icon, Sky Suite at Anson, and Lumia. They enjoy the opening effects of Guoco Towers. You know, this is what I have to show you. Okay, in that basket of properties that I've just said, from 2013 to 2016, because of the effect of the government's stringent cooling measures, the median price was 2001, has gone down to a median price of 2009. But since 2016 till 2018, after the opening of Guoco Tower in 2016, for a short 2 years, it has rebounded 17.51%. Pretty significant and phenomenal, isn't it? And that effect is caused by the integrated development Guoco Tower. Okay, so the supporting force for Midtown Modern is this. You know, Guoco Midtown will be opening in 2022. Don't you think this will boost Midtown Modern? And New Shore Towers is estimated to TOP in 2024. Will this boost Midtown Modern? And redevelopment of Rochor Center is estimated in 2026 TOP. Will this boost Midtown Modern? And redevelopment of the car park space along OPHIR-ROCHOR corridor. This empty car park will also redevelop. Will this boost Midtown Modern in the future? I bet it will. Definitely Midtown Modern is able to enjoy that OPHIR-ROCHOR corridor and the surrounding growth effects when more developments are completed. Won't you agree? Next, I want to look at locations where infrastructure changes will benefit the development. So in this case, there is that Bugis MRT interchange and also the North-South Expressway. Now, Bugis MRT is not just MRT, it is an interchange station. What's so big deal about interchange station? Actually, interchange station means there is two lines or more that cross each other, so it becomes interchange. So in this case, the interchange station is East-West line, which is the green line here, and also the downtown line, which is the blue line here. Okay, and this actually brings convenience to commuters, right? They travel between downtown, west, northwest, and the east. So can you imagine if a family that moves into Midtown Modern is situated above this Bugis MRT interchange? So the children that is in that family that is in Midtown Modern actually can take a train all the way to, elite school like ACS, SCGS, or NJC. They are just a few stops away. And for the professional who is working in that Marina Bay, okay, whether they are bankers or whether they are fintech professionals, all right, going to One North, Science Park, and also Changi Business Park is a breeze, because that interchange station actually provide that connectivity. You don't need to drive. You can take that train, which is so convenient. So Bugis MRT station is just below that Midtown Modern. And I understand the developer is going to build that underpath, and what comes in the underpath, okay, will also be provided by the Midtown Modern and Guoco Land. So Midtown Modern is sitting on top of Bugis MRT interchange. So Midtown Modern is here, Midtown Bay is here, Guoco Midtown is here. So it's like connected. Okay, it's L-shaped, it's connected, and the Bugis MRT station is just below. So how rare is private homes that are sitting on top of MRT interchange? As rare as 0.8% of the total number of units of condominium that's sitting on top of MRT interchange. So 2.7% is sitting on top of MRT station, and 80% within 10 minutes walk to MRT station. That's the government master plan. Okay, so to enjoy the convenience of on top of the MRT interchange is only 0.8%. So it's for that privileged few who make the choice, and that is a very good choice. So what are the potential of integrated developments with MRT interchange? Okay, let me share with you this. I did some case study here to show you integrated development with MRT interchange. So two example is this, dual residences and Midtown Bay. So they are all integrated developments with MRT interchange. So Midtown Bay, of course, is just like Midtown Modern, is on top of that Bugis MRT interchange station. So dual residences also same. And this is what I have done for you. So this is an overview of that Bugis MRT interchange. This is dual residences, and Midtown Modern is here. So Midtown Bay is here. So they are all, the MRT station is below. Okay, in this basket of properties integrated development basket, okay, I can show you that after the cooling measure in third quarter 2018, from 2018 till the first quarter 2021 now, okay, that median price is 2001 and right now is 3000. It represents a growth of 38.72%. So actually that explains to you how attractive integrated development with MRT interchange. It have experienced strong price appreciation. Okay, so will Midtown Modern be able to enjoy still? Now that Midtown Bay have already enjoyed, depend on the entrance, the entry price. And if the entry price is so attractively priced at, start price at 24xx all the way to average price of 28xx, then I think it's a very fair entry price with the effects of integrated development and also MRT interchange. Next is the North-South corridor. Well, there's so many things that actually boost this location. So next is North-South corridor, which is also the LTA master plan, up and coming, slated to complete by 2026, just shortly after the completion of Midtown Modern. The completion of the North-South corridors will also provide more connectivities for driver, which means this is another expressway connecting towns and city. So from the north all the way to the south, the North-South corridor entrance to Midtown Modern is so close. That this shows that, this from LTA side. It shows the entry to North-South corridor, the entry to North-South corridor expressway. Okay, so the entry is actually at Nico Highway. So by driving a short drive to Nico Highway, you can enter to that North-South corridor tunnel. Okay, you can get to work to CBD within minutes. Okay, and from Yishun to city is like 20 to 30 minutes. Bishan to city is like 10 to 15 minutes, right? So from Midtown Modern to CBD, maybe 3 minutes or maybe even less. So there you are. It's very convenient for those who work in the city. You can take train and you can drive. You can use the North-South Expressway. But of course, if you work in Woodlands, you can also use that North-South Expressway all the way to Woodlands. Probably take you about 20 to 25 minutes. So Midtown Modern residents will take advantage of this. And if you are renting out to a tenant who drive, your tenant will also appreciate the connectivity of the North-South corridor. So I'll give you an example on the effects of expressway opening. Okay, and what will that? What is the positive effect to the surrounding properties? So North-South corridor is just next to Midtown Modern, isn't it? So in the future, in 2026, if the expressway is opening, so how will it affect or positively affect the Midtown Modern? The case study here is about KPE opening effects on condo along Tanjong Route. You know that KPE is from the northeast, okay, all the way from Punggol to the south, which is like Tanjong Route. So it's quite similar, like Woodland, North-South corridor is Woodland all the way to CBD, right? So in between there is a place called this Rochor. So in this case, it's quite similar. It's towards the south is Tanjong Route for KPE. It was opened in September 2008. And guess what? All the properties that is very near to that Tanjong Route entrance for that KPE, that price growth is quite significant after the opening of that KPE in September 2008. So North-South corridor does have good effect. And presuming that what happens in KPE opening has the effect to Tanjong Route, North-South corridor opening in 2026, which is 2 years after the TOP of Midtown Modern, will also have a super positive effect, okay, that will give support to that property price for Midtown Modern. So if any of the investor or property agents, okay, over the last few days have also texted me and checked with me, hey Marcus, this is a good investment. My answer to them is this: if you seriously got nothing better to do with your money, okay, and you seriously don't know what to do, this is a very, very safe and positive investment, because there's so many transformation in these locations that will support and boost the future price in Midtown Modern. Okay, not enough of property capital gain if your investment objective is about rental yield. Okay, let me tell you about the potential tenant in this location. As I have said, this is in that commercial area where there is a lot of vibrancy of people and also tenant. So who are the large tenant pool here? Firstly, take a look at the nearest hospital. It's Raffles Hospital. Yes. Some interesting fact about Raffles Hospital, which the professional from the hospital can be your potential tenant, is that it is the largest private hospital in Singapore. Can you believe it? And Raffles Medical Group is a leading integrated private healthcare provider in Asia, over 14 cities in 5 countries. So these are the past testimonial of how good this hospital is. They have done the famous tsunamis twin surgery and also won the recognition of successful separations of the South Korea twins. So they've done quite a lot of successful operations here. So it's a top healthcare provider in Singapore in 2013 and so on. So let me share with you, Raffles Hospital is the largest private hospital in Singapore. So if you take a look at the other private hospital in Singapore, of course, if you add Mount E Hospital plus Mount E Novena Hospital, so Mount E is like bigger, right? But if you split them out together, Raffles Hospital, it has 380 beds. It's ranked the top largest private hospital in Singapore. And in terms of ranking, it falls within the top 10 hospital of Singapore. So having a score of 79.8 over 100. So what this means is the rentability of your private homes near Raffles Hospital is guaranteed. Okay, there will be patients that will rent property here for their regular checkups. I mean, rich patients. These are private hospitals. And there is also specialists that works in the hospital that will also rent your property. You know, Raffles Hospital is just like 300 meters away from Midtown Modern. Yeah, it's only 300 meters away. And I want to show you that the rentability comes from the Raffles Hospital specialists, the doctors, the medical specialists, the allied health professionals. And the top 10 projects in District 7 with the highest rental volumes are here. These are the rental volume, okay, number of rental transactions. This is most recent. It shows that half of the top 10 projects with high rental volumes lies within 500 meters from Raffles Hospital. So don't you think that Midtown Modern is also rentable? It is just 300 meters away from Raffles Hospital. Okay, so having said that, besides Raffles Hospital, where you can get your tenant, there are also many world-class MNC. They're situated in all the commercial buildings here. I need you some big names. There is that Facebook, there is that Expedia, okay, there is that Lego, there is the UBS, okay, Templeton, Chevron, Airport, MasterCard, PayPal, okay, all these big companies are all situated here, okay, in this part of Singapore, the second CBD district in District 7. So with so many world-class MNC, if you are investing for tenant, for rental yield, would you think you will enjoy? With a large pool of tenants from nearby world-class MNC. Definitely you will. Okay, coming back to the last part of my presentation, which is on project analysis. It is a place to stay and to work and to live. It is garden in the city. Now, from the briefing of the architect and also from the developer, we appreciate and understand how much effort they put into making Midtown modern a garden in the city. So can you imagine this? There is a total of 186 species of trees and shrubs. And well, the famous design comes from the architect, which is ADDP Architect and IPLI Architects. So they brought about gardens in the CBD. So when people talk about CBD, it's like this. Okay, you see a lot of tall buildings, so that's called CBD. But if you look at buildings that is like buildings like this, okay, iconic buildings, versus buildings with lots of greeneries. I mean, it's very obvious what you spot, right? The greeneries, right? So Midtown Modern's, the concept, it's about large greeneries in that city center. Okay, something that I've learned by going down to the show floor and talking to that ERA leadership team. And I truly appreciate the effort and that the detail that the developer has put in to ensure that the facilities is so much close to nature. But seriously, there's no forest, right, in the CBD, but they bring that forest into that development. So this is the concept, is that wanting the buyers of Midtown Modern to live close to nature, because the developer understand that living close to nature have indeed health benefits. So residents, of course, for residents who wants to stay near park, do you know that there are findings from NUS paper that residents is willing to pay 9% premium on average to stay 1 kilometer closer to park? Okay, so this is a study that is done by NUS, okay, in 2019. So anybody who want to stay near park, actually you got to pay premium, which is like 9% more. Okay, so why living close to nature is important? So we are all human beings, right? We know the importance of physical and mental well-being of a person. And interacting with natural environment can reduce stress, anxiety, and depression. Well, study says this. And personally, I also feel very good to immerse myself into the forest. And I would like to share with you, my personal habit is to go to walk in the forest at least twice a week. And I enjoy that closeness to nature, which is so calming for my soul and also my mental health. Okay, so I feel close at heart that with so much effort put into this development, with so many species of trees and shrubs that is provided by the architect and the developer, it does enhance the quality of life. So this is not just a luxury property. It is a luxury properties that care for you. It's not just about greeneries. It offers plenty of space for you to relax, unwind, and socialize. So Midtown Modern, if you have gone to that show flat and appreciate it, there is that ground Leon, which give you so much comfort. All right, after a busy day, coming back, if you don't want to have that sight of that busy street, you can just relax in that landscape that is in that development. It's truly a place for you to live. Seriously, live a good life. And Midtown Modern Hub, it's like walking out the building. Okay, it's like you want to unwind. You just have a beer or a wine. You can always come downstairs and enjoy the amenities. But instead of going out, you can also enjoy the many amenities that's provided in the development itself. You know, I understand that it's a tea house. Wow, there is a tea house, and there is, you know, lots of, there's a tea house appreciating the lily ponds. Well, I assume that those of you who are in this webinar, you have gone through that show galleries, but if you have not, you know, you should, because that's where our sales leadership team can actually show you all the details of the amenities that owners can enjoy, or rather buyers can enjoy, the facilities that cannot be found in any other development. It's really one of its kind in this District 7. Okay, next I also want to talk about the Art and Cultural District. Okay, so Art and Cultural District is this part of Singapore, District 7. Okay, I've said earlier on, I said that CapitaLand has bought over Bugis Junction, and it also bought over the Bugis Street Market. Okay, that whole place will be slated for future revamp. So all the the small stores that is at that junction, the Bugis Village and the Bugis Street, there will be rejuvenizations for better lifestyle option for both Midtown modern residents and of course visitor. Okay, next is the rising reputation of the next prime residential district. So in the afternoon, someone just text me also to check with me, hey, is Bugis the CBD? Is the next CBD? So I tell them, okay, it's the next big thing. In fact, according to Property Guru, Bugis will overtake Orchard as Singapore's new prime residential district. So it's not just the second CBD, it's going to be the hottest prime residential district. Okay, overtake, not next to, it's overtake Orchard. So the rising reputation, it is rich in lifestyle choices. So this is truly a place to stay in. So Midtown Modern is right next to that art and historical district. So Midtown Modern is at the star here. So there's 3 circles that this picture is taken out from the URM master plan. So we have this is Bras Basah Bugis. And over here is Fort Canning Park. And over here is Civil District. And all this is known as the Art and Historical District, which is for the art and cultural people. And this place is definitely a hub for art and design. That's where the National Library, the National Design Centers are here, and you are surrounded by, the art school, the NAFA, the School of Arts, SMU, National Library, and Stanford Primary School, and Raffles Hospital is here. So there you are. These are the nearby education institutes. Haji Lane is just across, where the entertainment hubs is at the doorstep. Okay, this is some very hipster place. Okay, just across the street. So this will probably give you an idea what kind of tenant mix that you will be getting. Okay, for Midtown Modern, I don't think you'll be short of any tenants. Next, it's having said that is for investment, it is also very suitable for family. Okay, because that it is so much of a wellness. Okay, that the developer has taken care with so many greeneries. The facilities is also very suitable for family because it's a family-friendly homes in the city. The quality, the design, and the lifestyle that is especially taken into consideration in the design. So unlike most investment properties, most of the development is only concentrated in the 1 and 2 bedder. Okay, Midtown Modern has a significant amount of 3 and 4 bedrooms. Do you know that almost half of that 558 units of development, it's 249 of the residential units are actually 3 and 4 bedrooms apartment. So this represents a place that is for family. Okay, because the design concept, it's more than half is for 3 and 4 bedroom size. So obviously the facility that is built inside this development is for family. So let's be very clear that the true value of Midtown Modern, besides its investments opportunity in terms of capital gain and rental yield, and possibly even wealth retention, remember it is a place where you can live your life in the gardens in the city. You are living in the art and cultural district, and you are living in the city homes for generations. So I would like to conclude tonight's sessions with this phrase, and my quote is, price is what you pay. Value is what you get. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attention this evening. And I wish you very best in getting your choice unit when this project is launched. Thank you very much.